It's always quiet. We have a great neighborhood.
But Hope Steinbeck says there was always one thing she wondered about in her quiet neighborhood, something she says would always happen at this house just steps from hers.
The same couple people came out, got in the van, and they would come back at night and go straight in the house.
Like a frat house almost.
Another neighbor who asked the I-Team to not show her face told me she'd see it too.
We would see people in suitcases coming in and out of every couple months. It seemed like the people that actually lived there got kind of traded out.
Investigators only focused in on this house because someone else spoke up 69 miles to the south in Vandalia. An affidavit the News Center 7 I-Team obtained shows in June 2017, a Vandalia police detective reported a possible human trafficking operation, saying for years he'd seen groups of people getting dropped off near this McDonald's and Shell station off I-75. The detective reported sometimes the people were often not dressed for the weather conditions with very little baggage. The document says an agent with the Ohio Investigative Unit went out and saw this for himself. He described a girl getting picked up, driven north, and dropped off at the Parkview Drive house. The homeowners deny any human trafficking.
Human trafficking is happening everywhere.
Sophia Papadimos is Ohio's top leader in charge of human trafficking. While she doesn't have specific knowledge of this investigation, she said the most recent numbers are troubling, showing 365 Ohio victims reported to the National Human Trafficking Hotline in 1 year.
It can be difficult to spot. It's not necessarily all just out on the street as it once was maybe 10, 15 years ago.
A just published University of Cincinnati study obtained by the I-Team shows the scope of the Ohio problem. More than 1,000 labor and sex trafficking victims between 2014 and 2016 in Ohio, most of them girls. I mean, who are the victims?
It's a great question. We get that question a lot. And unfortunately, there is no profile for a victim. What we see is that traffickers are preying on vulnerability.
One of the things experts say is so hard to grasp about human trafficking is that it can happen anywhere, from houses to hotels to businesses like this Salina Chinese restaurant under the microscope as part of a human trafficking investigation. Today, the restaurant has new owners with no connection to this investigation, but investigative documents show before the ownership change, undercover agents came here after they realized the former owners also owned, yes, that same house we've been telling you about on Parkview Drive. Agents said there were more people working at the restaurant than the former owners reported on financial documents. That led to a number of charges which the couple has pleaded not guilty to. It's important to note none of those charges are human trafficking, but a just filed motion obtained by the I-Team shows prosecutors mention human trafficking right off the bat. Lawyers for the couple charged call that inflammatory and a publicity stunt in their own court filing, arguing no human trafficking took place in this case. But experts did tell me sometimes human trafficking investigations do not lead to human trafficking charges.
There can be a myriad of charges associated with trafficking.
Just last December, 2 women were arrested at this Miami Township massage parlor for alleged prostitution. The lead detective tells the I-Team she thinks it was a human trafficking operation. Last year, we told you about a woman forced to work 17-hour days at the Food for Life Supreme restaurant in Dayton. And in February, deputies arrested 5 men as part of a trafficking investigation, but their charges had to do with child porn.
It's in all of our local neighborhoods. It's in our communities. And again, it doesn't have any socioeconomic differences in this day and age.
Cheryl Oliver heads Oasis House in Dayton, which helps victims of trafficking get back on their feet.
You find yourself stuck.
She says it's crucial all of us pay attention.
At the mall, if you see someone that looks random and lost, report those things, because that could be an opportunity to save someone's life.
Did you ever think anything fishy was going on there?
No. I thought they were kind of strange, but no, nothing like that.
Back on Parkview Drive, neighbors say they have a new perspective.
It's interesting when it happens like right in your backyard, basically.
Right in so many backyards, exactly where human trafficking experts say is the new scene of this growing crime. For the I-Team, Sean Cudahy, News Center 7.